It is asking sign in. I have to sign in.
No, sir. I will just give you the presentation, right? Just a moment.
You just open the files which you want to share. Your screen is visible to us.
Yeah, this is the okay.
Yeah, just make it to full screen, presentation mode.
It's visible to all.
Perfect, sir.
It's visible.
Perfect, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Haridasan Takital, and welcome to this wonderful program of regarding ISO 45001. So, thank you very much for attending this program. First of all, before we start our programs, please all of you mute and be comfortable wherever you are sitting. Okay. Mobile phones can be in silent mode or in vibration mode if you like. I put it in vibration mode. Time in my watch is 11:11. Please take down notes if you like. And I would like to play a safety moment because before every program, we start a safety moment. So it's a video here. Yeah, most of these incidents could be avoided if you take care. Okay, gentlemen, ladies, all of you agree with this? Hello?
Yes, sir. Your voice is visible.
Okay. Now you agree with the statement which is on the screen now.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you. Yeah. Mansi has already introduced me. Thank you very much, Mansi, for that. She has already introduced me for this. All right. Yeah, and I think how many people are there? I don't know here. How many participants are here? Mansi, how many participants are here?
30, including you.
30, 30. Okay, okay. So people are from various backgrounds, and I think there is no scope of introducing everybody here. Mansi, do we do that? Introduction of at least by name and which company, something, you know?
Not required, so you can carry on with your
Okay, okay.
presentation.
But that will take long time. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Gentlemen, ladies, let us have some ISO facts before we go further. ISO stands for International Organization of Standardization, based in Switzerland. There are more than 20,000 standards in ISO, and the most common, popular are like ISO 9001, 14,001, 45,001, 22,000, 50,001, 27,001, and many. Okay. And please remember, ISO themselves, the ISO body, they don't carry out audit themselves. Okay. So the standards are supposed to be reviewed every 5 years, basically, but doesn't happen quite often. For example, now we have ISO 45,001, which is of 2018 edition. The last edition, of course, it was not an ISO standard. It was OSHA's 18,001, 2007 edition. So it took almost 11 years to get an ISO standard on health and safety management system. So like this, most of the standards, QMS, CMS, OHSMS, all will take more than 5 years. So right now we have ISO 45,001, 2018 edition. Okay. So why it takes a long time? Because there are more than 200 member countries of IAF, International Accreditation Forum. I'll speak to you on this slightly later. Yeah. So what happens is, we'll forget ISO 9001 here right now. Yeah. Coming to the OSHA's 18,001, it all started in 1992 with the British Health and Safety Commission. They published Management of Health and Safety at Work. After that, 1993, they had British Health and Safety Executive. They call us HSD 65. Successful Health and Safety Management. Then there is ISO 1996. It was a British specification, BIS 880, and that was a model used for occupational health and safety management system. Then 1996 specification. Then there is again OSHA's 18,001 specification, published in 1999 as BS 8800 again. Now finally, it was a British standard in 2007. So when we speak of OSHA's 18,001 2007 edition, that was a British standard actually. Okay. So the British people, they said, this is our stuff, you know, health and safety. But at the same time, there was also another stakeholder like ILO. ILO means International Labor Organization. So they said, health and safety is our stuff. We are doing a lot of stuff for health and safety, especially regarding workers. So there was always a conflict between ILO and the British standard. And so finally, the requirement came up, like we have to have an ISO standard throughout the world to establish, implement, and maintain health and safety management system. And that is why the need of ISO 45,000 came up. So if you see ISO 45,000 standard now, you see a lot of stuff taken from OSHA's 80,001, and also many things have been taken from ILO regulations. That's very important, because ILO speaks a lot about workers. So this standard, I'll tell you later how worker is involved here. So this standard is more on worker. Okay. So if you like 45,001, you see there's a lot of worker involvement. Yeah, various standards have got various transition time. Now, 2018, this was published 45,001. So we had 2-3 years for that. That means by 21, all people who were in OSHAs had to come to ISO 45,001. If there are still some organizations, if they want to still come back to 45,001, there is enough time. So please do that quickly now. Because OSHAs has been expired overall. Now all the standards from now is ISO 45,001. Yeah. Now, if you like, what are the reasons for these changes? There was an overall restructuring of the standard. The OSHAs was from 4.1 to 4.6 close numbers. Now here the close number is 1 to 10. So while introducing the new standard, we kept in mind that documentation overall comes down, reduced documentation, and the standard is more on now achieving value. Okay, how we can give value addition to the owners, to the clients, to the companies, organizations. So certification bodies, the auditors, also we are looking at how we can give value addition to the process. And also there's a new concept has been introduced in right from 2015 onwards standard, whether it is QMS and in 45,001 also in 2018 standard, the concept of risk management, gentlemen. Now everything is risk-based. The standard is risk-based standard, risk-based auditing. Okay. In fact, some of these organizations like I remember we had risk-based inspections long time back. Okay. So now the all audits, all the standards are risk-based standards. So risk management has been introduced to the standard now, whether it is KMS, EMS, or now 45,001. Now again, end of the day, the customers, the organizations want results, they want results in terms of value addition, in terms of profit, in terms of less accidents, in terms of good working culture, in terms of good healthy working place. So, and for that, there is an improved risk control. So the risk management has become an important aspect in this 45,001. So again, improved customer satisfaction. Then again, image and brand reputation. Like if you are a company with no accidents, you must have heard that we have completed 5 million man-hours without LTI, or 10 million man-hours with LTI without LTI, or sometimes some companies recently said 50 million man-hours without LTI. Some of the companies I just saw in the internet. It's all great examples of how we can work without any incidents. So the standard, if you look at, there's a new common format. Unlike OSHA's format, OSHA's was 4.1 to 4.6. There's a new format now, like from 1 to 10. Now we have section close number 1, close number 2, close number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That's all. Now, gentlemen, good news is that it is not only for 45,001. All the standards, whether it is 9,001, 14,001, now even 45,001, have the same standard structure, 1 to 10 structure. Okay. So good news is that if you implement QMS in your organization, it is also good that you can implement ISO 14,000. And if you want to now go and implement ISO 45,001, same system. So you can have integrated management systems now. That's the advantage, because it's the same structure. Okay. And a lot of definitions have been standardized. So integration becomes the key right now. Yeah, we call this change of putting the old structure to new structure of ISO standard. We call as high level structure or Annexure SL. Annexure SL is a ISO directive part 1. So Annexure SL, what it does is, we have from the old structure of standard 9,001, 14,001, 45,001, especially for OSHAs, the complete structure of the standard has been changed now. Okay, it's called high level structure or Annexure SL. I think don't worry much about Annexure SL, but you remember that the whole standard has been now revised to a better structure. It's very easy to manipulate now. Okay. Yeah, this is the advantage, you know. When you have all those standards together, initially most of the organizations have 9,001, 14,001, and now OSHA's we had before, now we have 45,001. So you can keep on adding any management system like 27,001, information security management system, or sometime energy management system, 50,001, or ISO 13485, or if you like IATF 16949. All the standard can be integrated now with your existing QMS. That's a good news. If you remember some shortcut, you can take on this shortcut. You can take a picture of this screen. Can Lisa put salt on pizza immediately? CLP SOPI. If you want to remember the close numbers from 5 to 10, the close number, sorry, 4 to 10. Close number 4 is context of organization. Close number 5 is leadership. Close number 6 is planning. Close number 7 is support. Close number 8 is operation. Close number 9 is performance evaluation. And close number 10 is improvement. So can Lisa put salt on pizza immediately? Looks very awkward, but these are something you can remember. The close numbers from 4 to 10. You may ask me very well, hello Hari, why you have given a shortcut from 4 to 10? Why not from 1 to 10? Valid question. The answer is, gentlemen, ladies, all the close numbers from 4 to 10 are implementable clauses. You understand what I'm saying? All close numbers from 4 to 10 are implementable clauses. We need to implement these in the organization in order to get certification. Like the close number 1 is scope, close number 2 is normative reference, close number 3 is terms and definitions. These are very generic, which we cannot implement. So that is why this shortcut CLP SOPI for from 4 to 10 close numbers. It's a good idea to remember this. As an ISO person, you need to remember some of the close numbers, at least the major sections, you know, like context of organization, that's about risk management. Then leadership, planning, support, operation, performance evaluation, and finally improvement. Wonderful, wonderful shortcut. Now, we also quickly, before we get into the ISO stuff for SHAS and 45, all of you must know also something called PDCA cycle and process approach. Plan, do, check, act cycle. PDCA cycle is also called as Deming cycle because it has been given by Edward Deming, a quality guru, isn't it? So PDCA cycle is very well applicable in case of all the standards 9,001, 14,001, and also 45,001. It's equally applicable in our daily walk of life. We plan something. For example, this mission has been planned some days back. Now you're all there in this program. That is the do part of it. Then check, hey, what's good, what's bad, what happened good, what happened not good. So we get our feedback and again give it to the planning phase so that we can correct. So PDCA cycle is a very important aspect of our life and even in ISO. There's another terminology we have is process approach. Gentlemen, everything is a process. Everything is a process. So whatever we do, they're all processes. We'll go slightly more on detail on that. Yeah, this is PDCA cycle. Okay. Plan, do, check, act. So what we do in planning is we established our policy, objectives, vision, mission. In case of 45,001, we do our hazard and risk, HERA, risk management, whatever the planning stuff we all do in planning phase. So there are some close numbers related to planning. Now there's a do part, execution part. Execution part means right from all operations, like for example, 8, close number 8. So planning phase 4, 5, 6, and 7, you can think of planning. The 8 is, close number 8 is operations, like from working at height, scaffolding, material handling, dropped objects, electrical safety, low tow, radiation safety, confined space, excavation. you name it, all those activities which are happening at site in your factory, all are coming under do operations. Somebody is working at 40-meter height without any safety precautions. We can give them an NC, non-conformance, because there's an imminent danger situation. He can fall down and die. So all these operations, even waste management, health and hygiene, then labor camp inspection. I want to tell you, in my last project in Reliance, in Jamnagar 3 refinery project, we had 1,60,000 workers at site. Can you imagine that? 1,60,000 workers at site, in which 100,000, that means 1 lakh people were staying in the labor camp in Jamnagar, in Reliance Jamnagar. Can you believe that? That's the kind of project we dealt with. So you name the issue, we had those issues. Okay. So we have to do a lot of stuff, planning, execution, checking, and acting, end of the day. So all those operations, right from excavation to confined space to LOTO to radiation safety to whatever you do in safety, the heavy lifting, material handling, PPE, all comes under clause number 8.1, operational planning and control. Very important, please. Now checking. Checking is basically what? Whatever we are doing in our company, whatever we have implemented in our company, organization, we have to check whether they are happening okay or not okay. Like we look at the HSE statistics, health and safety environment statistics of the company. We normally produce a monthly statistics, isn't it? So like fatalities, RWC, LTI, the medical treatment case, MTC, then we have a first aid case, unsafe fact, unsafe conditions, then number of environmental incidents, number of damage incidents, number of theft cases, number of fire incidents. All these we can bring in an HSE statistics format. Okay. Now this particular program, 1.5 hours, is I cannot cover everything, gentlemen. You have to attend either a one-day awareness of 45,001 course, or ICC is also conducting, there is a 2 days internal auditor program where we can still go further details. Then also there is a 5 days lead auditor program in 45,001. If some of you are interested, you can join, contact ICS, and they will help you how we can go about these courses, where we can explain all these things. Maybe we can explain about HSE statistics. There's an IS 3786 standard, according to which we are getting the static. For example, what is our LTI frequency rate? LTIFR. LTI frequency rate is equal to the number of LTIs divided by the number of man-hours in millions into 1 million. That's a formula in IS 3786. A lot of things to discuss in 45,001. It takes 1 day, 2 day, or even 5 days to complete this topic. So depends on your interest. You can further enhance your knowledge, but it's only an introduction right now. Okay, so we do checking. We are monitoring. We are monitoring the health and safety issues. We are monitoring the statistics. We are monitoring the legal requirements. Hey, what are those legal applicable requirements to my company? Whether we are complying those, the clause number 6.1.3 and 9.1.2 in 45,001, isn't it? So in section 9, we look at 9.1, monitoring and measurement. 9.1.2, compliance obligations. Okay. 9.2, internal audit. 9.3, management review. So all those checking part comes under 9. Okay. Then we go to act. Clause number 10, improvement. Before improvement, whatever incidents are happening, like all those cases, the fatalities, LTIs, MTCs, first aid cases, or unsafe acts and near misses. Gentlemen, near misses also. Near misses is also an incident. We have to investigate all the near misses if we have near misses. Okay. I hope you all know near misses. Just things have happened, an incident has happened, but nobody has injured. There is no injury or ill health to people, but incident has happened. That's called a near miss. So all these cases we have to investigate. So all those non-conformances incidents, corrections, corrective actions, root cause analysis, all are covered in 10.2 under act part. So once we know these incidents and we take corrections, root cause analysis, and corrective action, we go for improvement. What is the close number for improvement, gentlemen? 10.3. So the close number 10, 10.1, 10.1 is general, 10.2 is NC and corrective actions and incidents, and 10.3 is the continual improvement. Let me tell you, gentlemen, ladies, 10.3 is the only close number in 45,001. They're also, unlike QMS and EMS, close number 10.3 requires documents and records mandatory for improvement. Remember this, because we want to see that the organization is improving continually, in fact, for health and safety management system. So this is how now again, all those lessons learned, we are again giving to the planning phase. You understand what we are doing. So now we learn from the lessons. Again, we correct our system, refine our system for improvement. So again, it goes to the planning phase. Then plan, do, check, act, plan, do, check, act, plan, do, check, act. Eventually, it will lead us to refining our processes and will lead to continual improvement of health and safety management system. No accidents, nothing. You're in a perfect company. All right. So this is all about plan to check act. This PDCA cycle is not only good for 45,001, it is equally good for all other systems, QMS, AMS, and other management systems. It's quite, so in fact, this is one of the basic stuff of ISO. Another one is process approach. Yeah. I already told you, some of the close numbers can come under plan. 4, 5, 6, 7 can come under plan. And do is 8, that's operations. Check is 9, performance evaluation. And act is 10, continual improvement. And as I already told you, scope, normative reference, and terms and definitions cannot be implemented in an organization. That is why we have made a shortcut CLP SOP. Can Lisa put salt on pizza immediately? Gentlemen, are you getting some idea of the standard now? These are all 10 clauses of the standard. Okay. Now, I don't know, Mansi, can people open up mute and say something in this program?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, gentlemen, ladies, if you read this sentence, what do you understand? Anybody? If you read this sentence, it's a plain English by Deming. What do you understand by this? Anybody?
Jai Shri Krishna Hari.
Jai Shri Krishna.
You are defining process.
Okay.
Whatever you does is a process.
Okay.
So according to this Deming, if you can't describe what you are doing as a process, you don't know what you are doing. It's very simple. By a sentence, one can understand, everything we do is a process.
Okay. Everything we do is a process. Thank you very much, gentlemen. Who is this? What's your name?
Om.
Okay.
Om Prakash.
Okay, Om Prakash ji. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you. So, see what Deming Baba says. Anybody else want to have some more definition on this? Some more interpretation on this, gentlemen? Hello, ladies. We're all there. Anybody else other than Om? Please come up, sir. What do you understand by this?
One must know what is input and what is output of the process and how to control the process.
That's okay. Very good. So there has to be some input, there has to be some output. Very good. Anybody else? Anybody else? Please open up, sir.
So they closed circuit.
It's
Morning, sir. Sir, if you will see this system, there is a closed loop which always says that whatever you are doing, think over that, act and ratify that, and then again go on.
Very good, sir. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Tell your name also.
That's what in this process our main intention should be there.
Yeah. Tell your name, sir, so that I can at least remember the name. Yeah. All right. So what Deming Baba says, it's very simple. Gentlemen, if I'm asking somebody, if I'm asking Om, hello, Om sir, what are you doing in your company? Om says, Hari, I'm in production process. Oh, very good. Somebody else is saying, Hari, I'm in electrical process. I'm in safety process. I'm in quality process. I'm in marketing process. I'm in sales process. I'm in purchase process. I'm in warehousing process. I'm in design process. I'm in logistic process. I'm in security process. I'm in IT process. Everything is process. You understand what I'm saying? Because Deming Baba says, whatever you are doing, you have to appreciate that as a process. Process. You understand what I'm saying? So whatever we are doing in our organization, everything is a process. Right from top management till last IT and security. All are processes. Now, what is the advantage of thinking of process? Very interesting, sir. The moment you think about the process, as somebody rightly said, there is an input to the process. There is an output from the process. There's a customer waiting for you. Interested parties in 45,001. All are interested parties. Your customers, your suppliers, your neighbors, your stakeholders, shareholders, legal authorities, NGOs, all are interested parties. Interested parties is the word we use now in the standard. They are waiting for you for their expectations and needs, 4.1 and 4.2 and 6.1. So the moment you think about a process, there's an input, there's an output. So, and also we have to manage our job, the process, with available resources. And also we need to have control. We need to have control on this process. So the moment you think about a process, we can have input, output, resources, and control. Essentially, who is an important person in the process, gentlemen? Who is an important person? Who is the VIP there in the process? Hello, sir. Who is the most important person in the process? Hello, you're all there.
Customer.
Process head.
No, process owner, sir.
Process head.
Process head, yeah, fantastic. Okay, process head is important because he is the one who wants to convert input and output with available resources and control. You got it? So whenever you think of a process, there is a process owner. Now what will be the intention of a process owner in any company? What he wants? What process owner wants in a company? Please come out, unmute and speak, sir. What process owner wants in a company? Gentlemen, please speak.
Output as per intended or decided target.
Yeah, process owner actually wants to make his interested parties happy. If it is a quality management system, it is customer. If it is health and safety and environment management system, it is basically the requirements of interested parties, the stakeholders, shareholders, whoever. So the process owner is the one who has got some objectives to meet. So the moment you become a process owner, you should have a strategy to convert input and output with some beautiful objectives, isn't it? That means every process level, we have to have objectives. If I'm coming to Om's company and I'm asking Om, hello Om, how are you? Okay. After that, hello sir, what are your objectives, health and safety objectives? Just a minute. Raju, my meeting mein. So every process owner has to have some objectives. 6.2 of the standard. And finally, when process owner is executing his job, he will definitely make his documents and records, isn't it? So this picture is $1 million picture. Please take a photograph, and not only in your camera, but also take a photograph and imprint that in your brain. Can you do that, gentlemen? Hello. If you want to be an ISO, if you want to know the systems, any system, this is the basic. Now, Om says, Hari, I'm in production process. Yeah, very good. So what does he do? He plans the health and safety operations. He has got an activity calendar. What he is supposed to do in health and safety in this month. So accordingly, he will do his job. So there's a planning for operations. There's a do. In 45001, planning and do both are in 8.1 only. If it is quality management system, there is 8.1 and 8.5. But in 45001, there's only one close number, that is 8.1. Operational planning and control. Then we have check 9.1. We have act 10.2 and 10.3. This is how the system works. So the moment you come to your process, the process owner has to plan, has to execute the things, then check the things, and also act in case of any issue. And there are this out of actions, then that will again help you to improve further. Gentlemen, are you all okay with this picture? Are you familiar with this now? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
This is the most important picture in an ISO scenario. Because ISO, whether it is QMS, CMS, 45, any standard, basically it is the process owner. I'm a hardcore Reliance fan. We say धीरूभाई के सपने हम साकार करेंगे. अभी धीरूभाई के सपना कौन साकार करेगा बाबा? हरिभाई करेंगे और ओम भाई करेंगे. Understand? You understand what I'm saying? So धीरूभाई himself or मुकेश भाई himself cannot अपना खुद का सपना साकार नहीं कर सकते हैं. So those who are the process owners, who are the employees of the organization, they are the one who fulfill the dreams of the chairman, the managing director, and the CEO. So everybody has to be involved in this process in 45001. Everybody has to be a safety person. Then only things work. You all understand what I'm saying? Hello. It is not only top management's job to implement safety. Everyone's business. Safety is everyone's business. End of the day. That is why this picture is very, very important. You have to plan for that. You have to execute your operations. If you have to do 9.1, then again 10.2 and 10.3 and get improvement. That's it's a big topic. Health and safety management system is a huge area. People can do ADIS, Advanced Diploma in Industrial Safety. They can go for NEBOSH. They can go for NEBOSH Diploma, IDIP. They can do Safety Management MBA. And there are a lot of courses in safety. Somebody wants to, let me just power my laptop. Yeah. Somebody wants to pursue your career in safety. You can think of some courses in safety, health and safety, ADIS, NEBOSH, all sort of things. Okay, yeah. Anyway, lot to speak, but on some other platform. Okay. Now, what happens is output of one process will become input to the other process, isn't it? Output of production goes to QA/QC. QA/QC's output will go to stores, for example, in quality, of course. Now, all processes are interconnected, interrelated. All together become a system, a management system. If it is quality, it is QMS. If it is environment, it is EMS. If it is OHSMS, it is health and safety, it is OHSMS. You understand what I'm saying? So all processes are interrelated, interconnected, and together it becomes a system. Please read what is the process approach. A set of interrelated, interacting activities to convert input into output. This is the process approach. So a process owner has to convert input into output. He should have his objectives, strategy to convert input into output. That's all about a process approach. Now, throughout the standard, ISO 45001, ISO 9001, ISO 14001, and all the new standards, they all advocate process approach and PDCA cycle in the organization. Okay, so we have to promote, the top management has to promote process approach and continual improvement in the organization. Okay. Now, before I come to this, these are some internal issues. Before I come to this, I'll have something else. Okay, a bit of what time we started? 11:50 now. Okay, gentlemen, let us have some brief background of occupational health and safety. You're all there? Hello, you're all there, gentlemen, ladies, all are there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. Now, these are some limitations of online programs. We are not able to meet you every time. So, at least, and all of us cannot put their camera on also, because that will reduce the bandwidth in many cases. So, that's some disadvantage. All right. Have you heard of DuPont? Anybody? Anybody has heard of DuPont? Gentlemen, anybody from chemical industry? Anybody from chemical industry? Have you heard of DuPont? Yes or no?
They are powder making, na?
Okay, okay. What's your name, please?
I'm Naim, sir. From
Naim,
ICF.
Naim, how are you?
Fine, sir.
Okay, okay. Naim has heard of DuPont. See, DuPont is a company which started 200 years back in USA. And this company, you know what they did when they started their job, when the company, they were manufacturing explosives. They were manufacturing explosives. Now, this company, DuPont, the beauty of that company was the top management of the company with their families, they used to stay in the same premises where the explosives are being manufactured. Can you believe that? They were staying in the same place where there's production going on, almost in the same compound. Can you believe that? And it is high explosives. Anything can happen. But that was the kind of commitment for safety that time DuPont had. So DuPont believes in 100% safety. So over a period of time, DuPont went into chemicals. Now they are expert in chemicals. They are expert in fact, chemical technology. They're also expert in some sort of coatings, DuPont coatings. It's a high-end coating which is used in refinery and other offshore installations. High-end coating, it will not get into corrosion. So DuPont is very famous. It is of course expensive, but they are very good. They have two plants in India. One is in Vadodara, and one is in Chennai. These are two plants in DuPont. But of late, what DuPont did, they understood safety is a good business. So they have started safety consulting and safety training. During my time in Reliance, they were with Reliance. We have hired DuPont for enhancing our safety culture in Reliance. So almost 3 and a half to 4 years, they were with us, and I was the one who coordinated DuPont guys. So we took them to Jamnagar, Dahej, Hajiran, Patalganga, Nagotane, all the places. So they helped us in getting our safety in place. They are highly paid consultants actually, but it's worth, of course, Reliance has got money, so no problem. Okay. Now, DuPont has got 10 principles. Okay. What are these principles? Can somebody read the principle, please, one by one? Everyone has to do read something, please. Anybody? First principle.
All injuries and illness can be prevented.
Yes, BK. All injuries and illness can be prevented. Do you believe in that, BK?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one. Somebody else read, please. Next one.
Management is responsible.
Yes, sir, Om. Management is totally accountable for this, not only responsible, management is accountable, top management is accountable for the health and safety in the company. Third one.
All operating exposures can be controlled.
Yes, Sanjay. DuPont believes that all exposures, the chemical exposures, biological exposures, the radiation exposures can be controlled and prevented. That's what they believe, DuPont. Imagine, these 10 principles were made almost 200 years back. That's still okay. Okay, what is the next, number 4?
Safety is a condition of employment.
Yes, Prabhaji. In many companies, including Reliance, when we recruit people, what we do, we definitely interview them for the work, the course, the core subject, but also they called our department, the quality and HSC, and we are also in the interview because we'll ask them questions on safety. If they are not good in safety, at least if they don't have the right attitude, definitely will not recruit them. And many companies do that now. However good instrumentation engineer is, that's okay. It's a good electrical engineer, that's okay. But if his attitude and his knowledge regarding safety is not adequate, we will not take him. So that is many companies have done this. Safety is a condition for employment. Okay, number 5, sir. Anybody? Number 5.
It is necessary to truly train all employees to work safely.
Yes, Sanjay. 100% necessary. What? Training. Training is must, sir, and that's why we are here today. So training is a continuous process. Whole your life. Till you breathe last, you have to get trained and provide training. That's the way of life. Okay, sir. Next one.
Audit must be conducted.
Yes, Bhaglakshmi. People don't like audits, isn't it? Do you all like audits? No. So, but audits are must, because without audits, you will not know what is wrong. How much you are conforming and how much you are not conforming. You don't know. Okay. So people have to, audits are must now in any organization. And I'll tell you one secret. The more number of times you are audited, better you are. I repeat, more number of times you are audited by any party, first party audit, second party audit, third party audit, any other audit, you are better. Okay. Next one, sir. Number 7.
The slide is changed.
No. Oh, I'm sorry.
All employees must be involved.
Yeah, all employees must be. No,
that was in the second size.
No.
Now here is all deficiency must be prompted correct. Promptly correct.
Number 7.
All deficiencies must be promptly corrected.
Yes, Sunilji. All deficiencies must be promptly corrected. Now, in an audit, if you find some non-conformances, some areas for improvement, we have to correct those things and go on. Okay, number 8.
People are most important element of a safety and health program.
Yes, Sunil Khannaji. People are
people are most important element of a safety and health program.
100%, sir. Everybody has to be a safety leader in any organization. Otherwise, things won't work. Right from the lowest worker to the highest worker, all have to be safety conscious. In fact, 7.3 of the standard 45,001. How many of you have got a copy of the standard actually 45,001? How many of you have a 45,001 standard copy with you?
Me having.
Okay, very good. And when you join a course with ICS, 1 day, 2 days, 5 days course, we'll be providing you the standard also. So otherwise you can request. See, standard copies are copyright actually. So some certification bodies, they don't give the standard out, but you can give under some condition like, for training and all, no problem. In any case, what I'm saying is, if you look at 7.3, 7.3 says, I think E or F, 7.3 F, everybody in the organization must be in a position to save themselves from an imminent danger situation. 7.3 F in the standard. I don't know, you are not keeping the standard with you right now, but 7.3 F. If somebody is there, you can refer standard now, 7.3 F. It clearly says everybody in the organization has to be in a position to save themselves in an imminent danger situation. Sir, that is what we exactly want. Sorry. If everybody is good to save themselves, we are all happy. Is it not? All right. What is number 9? Number 9.
Of the job, safety is important part of the safety effort.
Now, many people believe that I will do safety only when I'm in the company. I will do safety only I'm in the factory. Not good, sir. The moment you come out, you drive rash, you drive recklessly, you don't care anything. That's not a good safety. So, 90% of accidents, in fact, are happening not on the work front. 90% of the safety accidents are happening not on the work front, but on the outside the work. Accidents, railway accidents, road accidents, somebody is falling from even at home front. 9 out of 10 accidents are from the home front, not from the job. So off the job safety is equally important. Then end of the day, DuPont believes safety is a good business. Okay, sir, just give me a minute. Some burning smell is there. I don't know. I have to check it from where it is coming from. Just give me 30 seconds. Burning smell. Okay, nothing to worry, gentlemen. It is from my own kitchen. My wife is doing something. All right, all right.
Okay.
That's good. So, see, the smell, it could be anything. It could be an insulating, a wire could burn, like, in an electrical system. And you believe that most of these incidents happen in the buildings due to electrical short circuit. You know that. So we have to be careful, whether it's from a kitchen, whether from a factory, whether from a building terminal box, you have to be careful. So end of the day, DuPont believes that safety is good business. Safety is good business. You know how much DuPont's mandate for a training, minimum mandate for a training, if you attend a DuPont program? How much you have to pay per day for a mandate in DuPont training program? Any idea, gentlemen?
Maybe 1 lakh rupees.
No, if you are attending a DuPont training somewhere in Chennai, Baroda, it is minimum 30,000 rupees. Minimum mandate. But when they came to Reliance, they made a fortune out of Reliance. I don't want to tell the amount of money we have paid to them, but they made a fortune out of us. Okay. And because we are Reliance, so we could pay. All right. So DuPont is highly paid because they knew that safety is a good business. Not even 1 lakh, sir. Big amount, many times bigger. Okay. Yeah. Now Reliance is not behind DuPont. So like DuPont, we also have made our own safety principles. Something is disturbing there on the slide. That the bar. Okay, I can shift that. I can shift it down somewhere. Okay. This is Reliance safety principles. Almost same, but what we have done the change is the first one we said safety is our value, not a priority. Now, gentlemen, what is the difference between value and priority? Anybody? What is the difference between value and priority? Anybody? Sir, what is the difference between value and priority? You have to speak, sir. Hello, you're all there.
Value is eternal, priority is temporary.
If your boss gives you 10 jobs, if your boss gives you 10 jobs, then suddenly he says, no, you have to do this first. So your priority changes. But our values will not change. National values, family values, all this, these values will not change. Of course, it will change after generations sometime. But generally, values don't change, but priority can change. So the safety, should it be a priority or a value? Hello. Safety, should be it a priority or a value?
Value.
Priority.
Who says priority? Nahi baba. Sab,
I said
it should be value.
सब काम करके अगर टाइम मिलेगा तो सेफ्टी कर लेंगे, ऐसा है क्या? सब कुछ करके टाइम मिलेगा तो सेफ्टी करेगा. Is it so? No, sir. No. Now, I had frequent fight in Reliance, especially with the construction people. They will say me, see Hari, if you speak of safety, my production will suffer. So there is always a conflict between production and safety, isn't it? Production people believe safety is only a hindrance for them. But is that right, gentlemen? Hello? Is safety a hindrance to production? Hello? Is safety a hindrance to production anytime? No. In fact, they enhance production. They enhance production actually. So safety is always for the production. Then I tell those guys, sir, I'm also working for Reliance. I also want the job to be done, but not at the cost of killing somebody. Don't kill people for your job getting done. So safety should be a value, not a priority. Should be value. It should be in our genes. It should be in our DNA. Okay. I just remember some people from Paris came to Mumbai when I was in Technic. So we were all crossing the road in Delhi. So the Indians, we just crossed the road. But the Paris guys, French guys, they were still waiting. I said, why you are waiting? No, Harry, we are not safe enough to cross the road. They can't cross the road, Indian roads. Because here there's no system like in Dubai. You press a button there and wait till the signal comes, Even signal is green, you are not sure whether you can cross or not in India, some of the roads. You understand what I'm saying? If it is a green signal for pedestrians, should be green and people should be able to walk. But some of our motorists, they drive very rash. They just don't stop before the zebra line. Have you ever seen that? Do we ever stop before zebra line, our cars and bikes? No, we just cross the zebra line sometime. Not sometime, most of the time. We must stop before the zebra line on the road. so that people can cross. So whatever is safe for you may not be safe for somebody. You understand what I'm saying? So safety has to be in our genes, in our DNA. Then things work. Gentlemen, anyway, let's continue. What's happening? Okay. Now, as this slide I've already shown you, right now we have a full-fledged ISO standard on health and safety management system. Okay. We have full-fledged ISO management system, that is ISO 45001. Okay. Now, this bar, na? Okay. I don't know where I can put it. Okay. So in March 12th of this year of 2018, we have the new standard ISO 45001. So the OSHAs had, if you look at the OSHAs, how many close numbers OSHAs had? 4.1 to 4.6. It is from 1 to 4.6. But if you look at 45001, it is from 1 to 10. Okay. So this is the main difference, that standard structure has been changed. And you see that there is a close number called leadership. There's a close number called context of the organization. Okay. There's a close number for improvement, number 10. That was not there in OSHA's. So when you look at OSHA standard and this standard, the OSHA standard never spoke of risk and opportunities. That is here now, context of organization. OSHA standard never spoke of improvement. That is here now, continual improvement. Then some of the OSHA's clauses were now redefined and restructured. For example, OSHA's had under 4.3, they had consultation, communication. But now we have full-fledged clause number 5.4 for consultation. So there are a lot of changes now. So now you don't need to worry about OSHA's. Please worry about 45001 only. Because once you learn 45001, it's very easy for you to understand other standards also. Okay. What's happening? Okay. So basically, these are the changes. So we have to know now, gentlemen. Gentlemen, we have to implement ISO 45001. If we want to implement ISO 45001, definitely we must know the standard. You have to know the standard, gentlemen. This piece of standard, ISO 45001. Okay. Unless you know the standard and understand the requirements, you will not be able to implement ISO 45001. You will not be able to audit ISO 45001. So I request all of you who has got a genuine interest, please attend some training, 1 day awareness, 2 days internal auditor, or 5 days lead auditor programs. Whenever you get time, whenever you are comfortable. Either online programs or offline programs have started nowadays. I don't know. So we have to understand the standard. Then we have to see what are the gaps in my company, because we already had OSHA's, but now we have 45001. So we have to know the gaps. Then we have to make people aware on the new standard. What are the things which are there in the new standard, and what are the benefits of the new standard? Then we implement the standard. Okay. Now, gentlemen, I hope we don't have a chance for break because it's already 12:14. So we'll just quickly go. Mansi, what's the end time? 12:30, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So remember, gentlemen, OSHA standard is OSHA's 18007, 18001, 2007 edition is no more. We have to implement ISO 45001, which has got CLP SOP from 4 to 10. Can Lisa put salt on pizza immediately? So these three areas, scope, normative reference and terms and definitions, we cannot implement. So remaining 4 closed numbers, sorry, 7 closed numbers, we can implement. You all understand what I'm saying? Hello. So 4 to 10 are important, precisely from 4.1 to 10.3. You're all there? Hello.
Yes, sir.
So we have to understand the closed numbers from 4.1 to 10.3. What is 4.1? We'll see. What's happening? Okay. Yeah. So there was what ISO committee do, they create some technical committee for each standard. For this particular 45,001, they had a technical committee called ISO PC 283. Don't have to really bother on those aspects. Now, this standard is basically says, hey, how you can protect physical and mental health of people. What is the basic intent of the standard is to provide a safe and healthy workplace, prevent work-related injury and ill health, and continually improve OH performance. So these are the intention of the standard. If a question is asked, what are the intent of the standard? Intent of the standard is 1, to provide safe and healthy workplace. 2, prevent work-related injury and ill health. And 3, continually improve the performance OHS. This is what we do in 45,001. Yeah. So for that, what we do, we identify our hazard and risk. Not only that, we have a risk management system. So we have to identify our opportunities and risks, which is 4.1, 4.2, and 6.1. Okay. Yeah. And also in health and safety management system, we have to see that we are fulfilling the legal requirements and other requirements. Now, when I say legal requirements and other requirements means whatever statutory, regulatory laws and regulations which are applicable to our kind of industry, like right from Factory Act, then Water Act, Air Act, gas cylinder rules, biomedical rules, plastic rules, whatever, hazardous waste management rules, everything. Okay, the CCOE Nagpur, PESO, all those rules, whatever rules are applicable to us, we have to identify them and implement those requirements also. These are called generally legal and other requirements. Now, gentlemen, any management system, including OHSMS, all depend upon one thing. What is that thing? Leadership and commitment and participation from all levels of the organization. That's what we said. Everybody has to be engaged in the organization for health and safety. End of the day, definitely top management has to show their leadership, demonstrate their leadership and commitment. Okay. Then top management also have to do something like communicate the importance of health and safety. There's another big topic. There's another big topic in 45,001, gentlemen. It is all about 5.4. What is 5.4 in the standard? Anybody? What is 5.4 in the standard?
Consultation and participation.
Yes, sir. That is the heart of the standard. If you want to implement 45,001, that's the heart of the standard. ISO 45,001. If somebody asks me, Hari, what is the real essence of ISO 45,001? Sir, 5.4. Why you say that? Because the complete standard is all about worker. Okay, I'll just show you something. How do I minimize? If you look at the standard, 55. If you look at the standard, I just want to show you something. This is standard 45,001. Can you see the standard now? It's opening.
Not yet, sir.
Not yet, not yet. Of course, I know. Can you see the standard now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I'm just control find. I'm control find. Either control find आ गया.
Control F.
Control F. किधर गया control F? Sorry, I'm not able to do control F here. Why? I don't know.
I think so. You should open this PDF on the PDF viewer. It is on the browser, no? So there is a problem on that.
Is there any restriction there? Control F. Ah, yeah. Okay. Okay. If you say, if I'm saying, you see my control X box here. Hello.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. If you just write worker, just see how many times it is appearing in the standard. How many times?
133.
Sir, the standard, it appears 133 times the word worker. What does it mean? What does it mean? Basically, 5.4 is consultation participation. This is the one area we need to implement. We want to really implement the standard. So this standard, it says 133 times it says about worker. Now this standard also says a worker means anybody in the organization, right from top management till the last person is a worker. That's what ISO 45 standard defines. Everybody is a worker. But standard says there are managerial worker and non-managerial worker. So those who are managing somebody are managerial workers. The head of the organization is managing worker. But like, you know, you heard of Subrata Roy, Sahara wala. क्या बोलते हैं मालूम है? I am chief worker. Similarly, हमारे मोदी साहब तो बोलते हैं मैं प्रधान सेवक हूँ. So everybody is a worker in ISO 45001. Only difference is there is a management worker, managerial worker, and non-managerial worker in 5.4. That's the definition of workers. So the heart of the standard is 5.4, consultation and participation of workers, gentlemen, because it appears 133 times in the standard worker. Why workers appearing in the standard? Because it is lot came from ILO regulations, International Labour Organization regulations. So it is a good mix of OSHA's 18,002 and ILO regulations. The standard. That is why this standard is beautiful, fantastic it is. It is mainly for the non-managerial worker, that means the real worker, who is always in the front line. I'm just asking you, gentlemen, whom we should be more worried for, managerial worker or non-managerial worker in a company? Hello. Whom we should be more worried for, a managerial worker or non-managerial worker? Hello.
Non-managerial worker.
Why, sir? Why?
Because they are actually performing at floor most of the time.
They are always on the front line. They are always on the war front. They are always in the infantry battalion. They are always, we call in safety language, we call them as they are in line of fire. You understand? Line of fire. It is very rare that you hear some company that a senior vice president killed in an accident. Quite less possible. isn't it? But whoever is killed, all are welder, fitter, fabricator, rigger, banksman, rebar worker, excavation worker, etc. They are the real frontline workers. So this standard will take care of more on frontline workers that we call as non-managerial worker. Very, very important, sir. If anybody want to implement ISO 45001, please take care into 5.4. Not easy to implement. Okay. Then also management has to provide resources. Gentlemen, ladies, it's very important for us to provide necessary resources to the organization in terms of HSE budget. I don't know how many companies have got HSE budget. Of course, in Reliance, we spend a lot of money for HSE, but in my old company, Technip also, we used to have 2 to 3% of project cost as HSE money. That was good. 2 to 3% of the project cost we have for HSE in Technip, my old company. So we used to do a lot of stuff in health and safety environment. Okay. So every management has to allocate some resources for the health safety environment. Okay. At the end of the day, it's all about demonstrating a successful implementation of 45001 to get certified. Now, don't think that merely by getting certified for 45001, you will not have any incidents. No, not like that. Implementing it in the right direction will reduce the chances of incidents, definitely. But there's no guarantee because you have to work on that. Okay. Now, I have already said about PDC cycle, plan, do, check, act cycle. Then there is one thing I want to say here is this standard will not include the requirement of quality, social responsibility, environmental, security, and financial management. Nothing, sir. It's all about worker safety. That's all. Yeah. These are the intent of the standard: continual improvement of performance, fulfillment of legal requirements, and achievement of OHS objectives. This is the management system intended outcome. Yeah, this standard, listen to me carefully. This standard will not address about product safety, property damage, environmental impact, but only worker safety and other interested party safety. Yeah. Now, as I said, there are a lot of close number. Now, basically 4.1, 4.2, 6.1 speaks about internal and external issues, that is the risk management. So I can keep on continuing with this. The whole standard is the section 5 is all about leadership. 5.1 leadership and commitment, 5.2 the policy, 5.3 role responsibilities, authorities, 5.4 my most important section, consultation participation. 6 is all about risk management. Now 6.1.2 is about HERA. You all know what is HERA? Gentlemen, you know what is HERA? Hazard identification and risk assessment. Then 6.1.3 is all about legal requirement. 6.2 is about objectives. 7 all resources, competence, awareness, communication. 7.5 is the documentation. Now 8 is the another important aspect here, the operational control. Now, have you heard of ERIC PD? If you have a hazard and risk, we have to take control measures. When we take control measures, we have to see that we are taking control measures as per ERIC PD: eliminate, reduce, substitute, then engineering control, admin control, and finally the PPE. That's called hierarchy of control. It is addressed in 8.1.2. Then there is also an important section here, 8.1.3, management of change. Another important area, OSHA's 18,001, 2007, did not have procurement, gentlemen. Now we have a close number for procurement, 8.1.4. Very, very important, in which we have contracting and outsourcing both. So this is a new addition to the OSHAs. Procurement was not there in the old standard, but here we have 8.1.4. Now we also have 8.2 emergency, that is already there in OSHAs, that is 4.4.7 Purana. That was there already, nothing to it. It's the same. Now 9.1 I said about, it's all about monitoring. 9.1.2 is compliance evaluation, that's the legal compliance. 9.2 is internal audit, 9.2 is management review. As I said, 10.2 is all about incident, non-conformity and corrective action, root cause analysis, correction, corrective action, etc. And 10.2 is improvement. Now, I don't have an intention to cover the standard actually. This was only an awareness part. Now, remember this. ISO 45001 is a new standard which we have to implement. So you have to know the standard very well. We can help you in making you aware of the standard, but only after awareness you can implement in the right direction. So that's all from my side. If you have quick questions, please come back. Mansi, it's a question answer time. It's already 12:30. Yeah, I'll spend 15 minutes maximum for question answer.
Mr. Hari, I have a couple of questions.
Please. I don't know if you can, if we can, I don't know if my Zoom. That's here. I'm more familiar with what you call team actually. So that's why I'm slightly. Okay. You can put on your camera also when you speak so that I can see you. Yes, gentlemen.
Yeah. Here, apart from HERA, is it required to do risk assessment for establishment, implementation, operation, and maintenance of the occupational health and safety management system?
Yeah, risk assessment has to be done because for each process of in your organization, we have to identify the internal and external risks and opportunities. So we have to identify the risk and opportunities. Then we have to take some control measures. Risk assessment, a full-fledged risk assessment is not necessary for risk and opportunity. But you have to identify the risk in your risk and opportunities in each of your process and take some control measures. That's all. A full-fledged risk assessment is not the intent of the standard.
So only HERA can work.
Only HERA can work. HERA can work, but you have to identify the risk and opportunities in each department.
And second is it required to make processes for 5.4, 6.2.1, 6.2.2, 6.1.2.3, and etc.?
Process means you mean procedure?
Because the standard writes in many places, like the organization shall establish, implement, and maintain the process at various places.
Okay. Gentlemen, as per standard, we don't require not even a single documented procedure. Not required. No manual, no procedure, no MR. But if you ask me personally, wherever you find in the standard, establish, implement, maintain a process, I would definitely prepare a non-mandatory procedure. That answers your question, Om. Standard is not asking, but if you can make a procedure, it's up to you, fully up to the organization. But it's a good idea to make a non-mandatory procedure. Yeah, please come to this picture. I want to see people when they speak. Mansi.
Yes, sir.
I want to see the people when they speak, no?
Yes, sir. Vivek, stop the share screen.
Okay. Om, any other question now? Or
No,
any?
I had two questions only, and I got my answer from you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. But if you ask me, Om, if I am your consultant, for example, I would definitely make a procedure for consultation participation. 5.4. I would definitely make a procedure for management of change. I would definitely make a procedure for improvement. I would definitely make a procedure for risk and opportunities also, if you ask me. But standard doesn't require that.
This
Non-mandatory. Thank you. Anybody else? Please ask questions, sir. Please. Good opportunity for you. Please ask questions. Hello. Please ask questions, gentlemen. Hello.
Mr. Hari, what short term you have developed for hierarchy of controls? Eric PD, what it is?
Eric PD. Eric PD is eliminate, reduce, isolate, control, PPE, and discipline. Eric PD. This is useful in NEBOSH examination. Somebody is writing NEBOSH examination. They'll know this Eric PD.
Yeah, I have, yes, Mr. Harry.
Good morning, sir.
Very, very good morning. Nice, nice you have presented it. Very simple words and very simple way.
Thank you, sir.
I'm sure people have gained quite a lot of knowledge. My question is there regarding now safety start from home, they say.
Yes, yes, sir.
Because you had to important and you also give an example that 90% accident happening in at home and outside the workplace. Okay. So my question is like this commitment, attitude, behavior, whatever, those skill, how from it comes, where it is reflected in the standard.
Yeah, see, sir. One of the main changes in the standard is the introduction of the clause number 5. If you look at 5.1 standard, it clearly says the top management has to be overall accountable. First of all, they have to provide resources. They have to continually improve the process. They have to have a safety culture in the organization. So it's all a part of safety culture, a cultural change. So it's up to the top management to percolate this down into their people. How is engaging people actually? Now 5.4 is also an important aspect because in 5.4, one of the things we can do is establishment of a health and safety committee. That's the real thing we need to implement in the 45,001. We have to have a strong health and safety committee. Now having health and safety committee, the management, the top management has to really engage people on a daily basis or monthly basis because they have to meet, he has to meet people actually. Then things will work. You understand? So that's the way we create a health and safety culture. Now this culture, now I cannot explain you in one word because it takes a lot of time to get a culture. Rewards and recognition programs, monthly meetings, toolbox talks, then a daily inspection, monthly inspection, audits. Lot of things can happen in a health and safety environment that will create a culture.
Yeah. Anybody has question or I have another question? Yes. Very crucial part. With our practical experience, we have seen almost 2 decades we have been also associated, especially when I take the ship recycling management system.
Yes, sir.
And we have seen it was a really uphill task for carry out the audit and get the things done to meet the standard and all these things. But there I found it was the stakeholders who played a major role.
Sure, sir. Sure.
First 10 years, there was a very difficulty when the stakeholders started demanding, I want Hong Kong connection, I want green passport, I want ISO 14,000, I want OSHA 18,000. Then the thing started improving there because it was driven by the forces, by the customer and the stakeholders.
Yes, sir.
So what is your view on this?
Yeah, end of the day, it's all about the interested parties. Now, when I say interested parties in health and safety environment, 14,001 and 45,001, even QMS, interested parties includes the employees, the stakeholders, shareholders, community, legal bodies, the NGOs. Now, as we have seen in Alang, we personally have seen, and when I was in ICS also, the change was happening to Alang. Okay.
Yeah.
So as you rightly said, there's a lot of contribution from the stakeholders, the employees themselves, and also from the Alang body, the Pollution Control Board, and their statutory body. They all were helpful. The community was more aware. Even the ship owners now, those companies are very much aware that how to implement safety and other environment aspects. So awareness of stakeholders is very, very important. So I request all of the organizations, if somebody is there in this group, sir, please tell your people what is the standard, what is health and safety, what is environment, what is quality. Unless they have that awareness, you cannot go further. That's the reality, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Of course, that Gujarat Pollution Control Board, then you have Gujarat Maritime Board.
GMB.
All this, they were quite helpful.
Quite proactive. Very proactive.
Yeah, even the local people also, they were demanding that we should have good drinking water. We should have good facility for staying for the workers. Workers should have proper PPE. So there was things which were driven by a lot of people, stakeholders. They played very crucial role. And that is there. Even some of the foreign companies, they really invested on this OSHA's implementation and Hong Kong implementation, big way. They contributed a big way, so financially as well as technically. Thank you.
Any other questions? Please ask questions, sir. I'm here. I'll have four more minutes. Gentlemen, even ICS people can also ask questions, please. No problem. Okay, I see so many names. Yeah. All right. Otherwise, Mansi, what else now? Somebody wants to wind up, and if there are no questions, I request all of you to increase your awareness on the standard 45. That makes a lot of difference. Go for an awareness course, go for internal auditor course, and some of you can also go for a lead auditor course, 5 days. Yeah, Mansi, please take over.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for briefing the standard in a simplified way. It was really an interactive session. Thank you once again. Our next session for the Industrial Safety Series shall be on Factories Act 1948. This shall be conducted on 2nd April 2022 and shall be taken up by Mr. Yogesh Chandekar, General Manager, International Certification Services. Paryavartan is an annual virtual webinar and conference organized by ICS in association with SJK Foundation. This year, we are going to celebrate Paryavartan from 2nd to 4th June. Here is our banner for Paryavartan with the theme, Only One Earth. During Paryavartan, we will be having eminent environmentalists from various industries sharing their views and knowledge about sustainable environment. So do join us for the Paryavartan. You shall be getting the updates regularly on the social media. Please stay in contact. ICS is pleased to provide you all its research and development. We have published books on IMS, Integrated Management System, covering QMS, CMS, and OSHA, Excellence in Education Management, ISO Made Easy in Gujarati, Marathi, Telugu, and Hindi. You can contact Ms. Sushma Kindalkar for the availability of this book. Your feedback is of utmost importance to us for improving at all levels. Please register yourself on www.satgunsang.org and provide your feedback. You can get the latest updates on the webinar and the previous webinars being held on this website. Thank you for being a part of Sadgunsang on evolution of standards. We now close the session and wish you all a happy weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.